Hey, how's it going? Some breaking news. Will America annex Greenland? It's starting to look that way, all right? There's been some new late breaking news. Trump has made some statements, all right? I want you guys to take a look at this video, and then we're going to talk a little bit about it. Watch this.
So did you happen to see this inside the Oval Office today? The commander-in-chief, with his strongest statement yet, asked about the possibility of annexing Greenland.
I think it'll happen. We've been dealing with Denmark, we've been dealing with Greenland, and we have to do it. We really need it for national security. I think that's why NATO might have to get involved in a way, because we really need Greenland for national security.
The president even suggesting the head of NATO could help facilitate the possible acquisition of the world's largest island. It also comes a day after Greenland's opposition party was elected. Their leader says that the island, Greenland, not for sale. Here with me now is Carla Sand. She was the former ambassador to Denmark and Greenland under President Trump in the first Trump administration. Great to have you here.
Great to be here.
Thanks for being with us. So this was talked about in Trump 1.0, and it was kind of like laughed at and mocked a little bit. But he's doubled, quadrupled, tripled, whatever the word is down at this point in time. Why is he doing it? What's the reason? You know the thinking behind it. What's the reason why the president's doing this?
Well, I think it's a common sense solution, and the status quo is unsustainable. Denmark can't afford to develop Greenland. They also can't afford to defend it. They just don't have the capacity. They have an economy about the size of the state of Colorado. And so in order to secure our northeast, I mean, literally Denmark, Greenland, the world's largest island, just off our northeast coast, 1/3 the size of the continental U.S., is largely undefended. When I got there in 2017, the U.S. was really almost absent the Arctic. We have a base called Pitifik Space Base. It's in the north of Greenland, but other than that, we hadn't had diplomatic relations for years.
When you say defended, you think it needs to be defended from China. That's what you think this is about.
Well, I think China and Russia. So Russia's been doing a lot of things around Greenland. Certainly, they have the submarines, they have the frigates, but China is really the biggest threat, as you said, because they tried to pull Greenland into their Belt and Road Initiative back in 2017.
When you think about Greenland, you also think about the rare earth minerals, right?
Yeah.
Rare earth reserves. It would basically be doubling up for the United States. What's in Greenland is basically the same amount that we have now. How much of this is a play? I know you talk about China. I know you talk about safety, the Arctic, and how the U.S. could use that. But how much of this as well comes down to the actual rare earth minerals?
So I think that the rare earth minerals are kind of like just a sidecar benefit.
Really?
The actual play is to secure Greenland because it's not secure. And I think that so China has a minority interest. When I was there, they have a minority interest in the majority of the rare earth mines there. When I got to Greenland and Denmark, there was no U.S. investment. They were begging for U.S. investment. And I did get some State Department funds to help them with the mining, help them with their tourism, which they really want to promote. But what President Trump is suggesting is the fact that if the U.S. does a deal, and he hasn't even proposed a deal to Greenland yet. There's no deal on the table.
Right. He's talking about annexing.
But if there was a COFA or something where there's an association like Micronesia or Palau, what would happen is the Greenlanders are still Greenlandic, but they get the U.S. investment and the U.S. security as a benefit.
So I guess the bottom line question is this going to happen in the form of annexation or what you just laid out? Where do you think this ends? You were there for 4 years. Where do you think this goes over the next 4?
So what I think is that President Trump, I don't speak for his administration.
Yeah, no, you're outside of the administration.
I am.
You were there, you're outside now.
That's right. But I do believe he'll get a deal done. The Greenlanders are hungry for experiencing the Greenlandic dream. They want investment. They want infrastructure. There's not even a road between 2 towns in Greenland, if you can imagine.
Okay, so you seen that video. Looks like Trump's pretty serious. America is very serious about taking control of Greenland as far as the military factor. All right, they want to get the resources and stuff too, but it's hard to get those resources, and America has resources that are easier to get and closer than that, right? But the strategic location is very important, and what America doesn't want is for someone else to come and take control of Greenland and then be able to launch rockets right down on America. So I think the Greenlandians will begin to warm up to the idea. There's only like they said, about 58,000 people in Greenland, so it's not a lot of people, all right? And like that lady was trying to make a point that Denmark doesn't really have the ability to defend Greenland, right? And it is a security risk. So hopefully the Greenlandians will warm up to the idea, and they'll come up with a, I mean, they can pretty much, so to speak, write their own ticket, because America wants control of Greenland. America wants to annex Greenland, so the Greenlandians can pretty much write their own ticket. They just gotta think about what they want and then ask for more than they want, so that they have a little bit of bargaining room, and then make a good deal. You know what I mean? There's only about 58,000 people there, so it's really not very realistic to think that they could just have their whole, like their own country with only 58,000 people. So we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of developments, and it's going to continue for a while, but like that lady says, she thinks that they will actually make a deal. I think they'll also probably make a deal. They'll figure something out. As they say, money talks and bullshit walks. So when they start talking about big money, a lot of the stuff that they said during the campaign might go right out the window. But hopefully they do the right thing and give the people in Greenland a lot of that money and work on the infrastructure, which, I mean, they'll definitely work on the infrastructure, but do something for the people in Greenland. That's one of the main things. Win the hearts and minds of the people in Greenland and give them some money and some comfort, some make their lives a little easier with, things like, a solid electrical grid and hot water and things of that nature. Things that make your life a little bit easier, maybe some different foods and things like that. So, and like I was saying in the other video, Americans, we welcome the Greenlandians in. Hopefully you guys will start to warm up to the idea and then just join America, Like I said, just make a deal and write your own ticket, because America wants to be involved, So use that to your advantage, all right? And definitely take care of the people in Greenland. There's Inuits up there and stuff, so they want to protect their culture, and that's understandable, So there's still going to be Greenlandians. It's just the landmass is just going to be defended by the United States and also built up by the United States. So we'll welcome you in. Oh, hey, thanks for watching the video. I'm going to try to keep you guys updated on the situation. It's going to be ongoing, and it's going to take a while, so we'll follow it up and keep watching. Definitely click like and subscribe, and have a nice day.